Hey everyone, it's the Astro Yoga woman, Debbie Barnett, coming to you from Dallas, Texas. I'm in the midst of my epic Eclipse road adventure. Today is Thursday, August 17th, 2017. I'm on vacation. I don't know what day it is regularly, let alone now I'm on vacation. So since I left last Saturday, the 12th, in Mercury Station Retrograde, a lot has happened in our world. A lot is going on in between the eclipses, and it's been interesting to be on the road and traveling without a radio or stereo or much in the way of distraction on my hours and hours of driving. So that's been a lot of enlightenment. I see how much that even those of us that claim to be conscious and awake and woke, waking up, that we still rely a lot on our electronic devices for stimulation, for excitement, for distraction, to say that we are staying up to date with what's going on, and all of that's important. And it's also important to have time by yourself in the quiet, in your solitude, so that you're alone with your thoughts and you're able to just think about what's happening in your life and in the world. And from a yogic perspective, because I am the Astro Yoga woman after all, what's called for now during this time of tribulation and trial is what's known as Pratipaksha Bhavana. And Pratipaksha Bhavana is cultivating the opposite. So if there's hate, that means that we cultivate love. And so whatever factions may be fighting on the external world, that from the inside we can come from a place of love for ourselves and for others. That everyone in the world is suffering, okay? Nobody escapes that. Having done astrology charts for so many people over the years, you see that no matter what the life circumstance is, that everybody has stuff that goes on. Usually I call it something else, starts with an S. Everybody's got things that go on that we need to deal with, and what we're experiencing right now in the world is our shadow. America is being exposed for what's always been there, and it's just these eclipses and the current situation that we're in, it's bringing these things to light. Why? So that they can be healed once and for all. We're coming up on America's Pluto return at the end of the year. This is a 248 year cycle, and so all the planets return to their natal position while Pluto is coming home, and it's showing us this is what America stands for to the world, right? This is the type of message that you put out: racism, hate, bigotry, misogyny, classism, supremacy, all these things that are not true. They're not who we really are from the inside, and yet that's the deep underbelly that's been hidden. Well, now it's time to bring that to light, to let it be healed, to bring it to not only the world's awareness, but our individual awareness. These eclipses, the full moon eclipse that was in Aquarius on August 7th, and then the one coming up on Monday, the Great American Eclipse that's at 28, almost 29 degrees Leo on August 21st. This axis of Leo and Aquarius is the individual, it's the self, that's the Leo, and the collective, the group, the Aquarius. And so with a full moon in Aquarius and a full solar eclipse across the whole country, it's shining the light on this is our collective shadow. You know, what's normally hidden has come to light, and what's normally light is now in the darkness. And so we're getting to see that this is our heritage, that the way that America was founded was not right, and this is called karma. And karma isn't good or bad, it's simply energy that has gone out will then come back to you. So whatever you send out will come back, which is why we come to, at this time, to do Pratipaksha Bhavana, to cultivate the opposite of whatever hate and fear and anger is. Look at yourself and say, how can I treat myself with compassion, with love, with empathy? Come from the heart chakra. Fear is all root chakra. It's like survival and security. It's not enough. Well, it's obvious that we have enough. You know, there's plenty for everybody. And so you look at yourself and you say, where do I have shadow that needs to be healed? Where am I trying to make others less than so that I can feel superior? Where am I thinking that my whatever tribe, even if it's yogic, even if it's spiritual, that one is better than the other, right? And so once we heal that within ourselves, then we start to see that in the collective. Because Leo is about creativity, fun, childlike sense of adventure. It's the sign of royalty. It's calling us to our own sovereign nature, that we are divine in who and what we are. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And so we forget that because we get all caught up in the baseline, the lower chakra, the physiological, the security, the safety, the belonging needs, the status, and none of that matters. None of it matters. What matters is that we start to come up in our chakras, live from our heart and higher, so that we can come from a place of love. But it starts with each one of us. And how many of us really do take the time to be still and to be quiet and to listen to what's going on the inside instead of getting all caught up on what's going on the outside? So just a few minutes a day in self-care, in quiet contemplation, maybe it's journaling or listening to soothing music without your, I call it electronic pacifiers in front of your face, that this goes a long way toward bringing us to a state in a world that's in harmony and peace. And so as I'm heading out on the road here in the next couple of days, I've planned to everybody that I meet, I want to look them in the eye and I want to smile at them and let them know that I love them and that I see them and I acknowledge them. It doesn't matter what color they are or what race or background or nationality or sexual orientation, is that we're all the same. When you get rid of the skin covering, we're all the same. We have the same wants, the same needs, the same fears, the same desires, the same hopes. We want to be happy. We want that ananda, that bliss that is our true nature. Yoga says sat chit ananda, truth, consciousness, bliss. That who we are in our real state, in reality, is divine, is spiritual, is expansive, it's not limited. And it's our mind that makes it so. So when you can direct your mind and direct your thoughts toward love, toward empathy, toward compassion for all, for everyone that you meet, and don't worry about what everybody else is doing. They say in yoga, keep your eyes on your own mat. Don't worry what's going on other people's mats or their practices. You worry about you. You find love in your heart for yourself and everyone around you, and that'll have a ripple effect and create a tipping point. Because if enough people get to this place of grounded, centered compassion, our world would be different. Everything would be different. So it takes you and me individually to be able to do that. There you go. Rant over. And for those of you who know me in Tucson and California, yes, I am in Dallas, and that accent does rub off. I can't quite help it, but there you go. So I'm Debbie Barnett, the Astro Yoga Woman. You can check out my blog that's documenting my Eclipse road trip epic adventure, and that's hurtling through the cosmos at theastroyogawoman.com. If you'd like a reading or a coaching session, I'm available for that as well. You can reach me at Debbie@astro-yoga.com. Namaste, y'all. Peace.